going on, everybody? X Landscaper here, back with another video. And today I got this Mercury 9.9 outboard, and it's not running right, so I'm gonna pull the carb off and see if we can get this thing running good. So I picked up this Mercury outboard. It's a 9.9 4-stroke. It's a 2011. I got a pretty good deal on it. I got it from an older guy, and it wasn't running good. And I think it's just bad gas. I think the carb is messed up, but you can see this thing is actually really clean. There's like no wear on that on the skeg. So this thing has really low hours. So I got a little 14-foot John boat, and I plan on throwing this thing on the back and putting around the bay and stuff. But I guess we'll go ahead and pull the cover off and see how hard it is to get the carb off. Alright, so the symptoms of what's going on with this is it's not idling. It only runs when you have it blasting the throttle. As soon as you idle it down, it conks out, and it's a pain in the ass to start. So it sounds like it's a carburetor issue, and by the cleanliness of the engine, I don't think this thing has many hours on it, and I'm pretty confident to say that it's definitely a fuel / carburetor issue. So that's why I'm not even going to bother trying to start it, because I know, I'm telling you guys what the problem is. I'm just going to pull the cover off, pull the carb, clean it, throw it back on, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so we'll just pop this little lever off here. And there you go. And the carb looks like it's pretty easy to get to. Looks like there's only a couple bolts, so you can see how clean this thing is. I don't think this guy used this thing at all. You can see there's no corrosion whatsoever. It's like spotless in there. So cool. All right, I guess we'll start attacking this carburetor. All right, so it's going to be a 10 mil. I just got this long extension in there. We'll go ahead and zip these bolts out. There's one bolt all the way back there. That's why you need this super long extension. Throw that up there. That's it. This carb is pretty much off already. Man, this thing's so simple. Pull this one hose off, pull that hose off. Where the hell did that go? Down there, okay. Oops. Alright, set this, I guess, right here for now. This right here, pull this off. Okay. Wow, you can smell that fuel. Smells horrible. The fuel that just came out of there. Oof. Phew. So I can guarantee you that's what the problem is. Alright, let me get a little screwdriver, pull that fuel line off. Alright, so all I did was just take a screwdriver, pry that off. What I'm going to do is, got a little Sharpie here. I'm just going to mark where that linkage lines up. So it's got just a hair gap right there. And let's see, this just pops off, pulls down, that's out. I'll flip that up, that's the choke lever. And let me get a Phillips real quick. Just pull that little linkage off. Just loosen that up. And there you go, slides right out. Perfect. Yeah, you guys can check that out. It's a little crusty in there. Overall, not terrible, but there's definitely some crap. You can see a little crap in the bottom. I'll have to run this through the parts washer. Take the float off. Put that over here. Yeah, you can see it's all like gummed up. Fuel stinks. We'll pull these jets out. I mean, overall, it doesn't really look terrible in there, but there's definitely some crap buildup. All right, pull the main jets out. So, yeah, you can see there's a little tiny, I don't know, you guys can't see it, but there's a little speck of dirt in there. That would definitely make it not run right. Alright, let's pull this. That's good. I'm going to need a tiny screwdriver to get in there. You guys can see. You get a small screwdriver. Alright, so I got my smaller screwdriver. And all the way down in here, I believe that's the idle jet. I don't know what jet it is. I'm not a carb expert. I just know how to take them apart and put them back together from all those years of small engines crap doing landscaping. There we go. That's the main jet. Oh yeah, look at that. You see it's all gummed up. Look at the gunk on that. So each one of these holes has to be free and clear. And I can tell you right now, there's a bunch of crap on there. So that's guarantee that's was the problem. And if this, there we go. All right. Let me blast some carb cleaner through there. I might just put the whole damn thing in the parts washer. The ultrasonic cleaner. It's not bad. I mean, you can see some crust in here. Yeah, you see all that gook? That's the stuff you don't want running through it. Yeah, you see all that shit? Alright, we'll set this up for 10 minutes. See how it goes. Alright, so now that that's out of the parts washer, I just looks a little bit better. Actually looks a lot better. Let's see what these jets look like. You guys can't see. But yeah, it looks a lot better. Alright, I'll go ahead and I guess start putting this stuff back together. And we'll see if we can get this thing to run. Alright, so carburetor's all back together. That was pretty easy. We'll see if this thing, if we can get it to run. So let's go ahead and start putting all this crap back together. Let's see, this bottom tube goes here. Could use a pair of pliers, but I'll use my hands because I'm straw. Okay, that's that. This goes in the bottom here. Okay, like so. Let's put our throttle linkage back. So remember, we marked it. So we know exactly where it's going to go. This is our choke. Throw the choke linkage. That's easy. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'd say that's pretty much bang on right there. Like the gasket on that carb is leaking. I'll probably have to pull the carb off again. Yeah, it looks like it's leaking out of the gasket here. I'm gonna have to get a new gasket for the carb. But when I said, I'm like, be careful of that gasket. Well, yeah, this thing was old and brittle, so. Alright, I guess I'll buy a gasket kit and we'll continue this video another day. Alright, so here's this little kit that I got. I got it on one of the Bay sites. If you know what I mean. Just got a little gasket, couple O-rings, and just the pieces that were leaking. So I don't think I'm going to reuse the float and stuff like that, because the other, the one that's on the carburetor is still good. I'm just going to pull the gaskets. I think it was like 17 bucks, so go ahead and start pulling this thing apart. I know what was leaking. This was leaking, so I guess we'll start by pulling this off. Just 3 Phillips. Hopefully it's the right gasket kit. Looks like it is. is this that I'm not seeing that we have? Two little O-rings, spring in here. Alright, looks like we do have those O-rings. Alright, so got our O-rings in here. We're going to put our spring back in the center there. It's kind of going to be tricky, I guess. Let's see. Alright, so it goes like that. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to stand this thing up. There we go. Just double check, make sure it's in there. Yep, perfect. Okay. Just throw our screws back on so we can hold it down. Okay, good to go. All right, now let's pull out the bottom cover and replace that gasket. All right. There we go. Yeah, you can see this gasket's all squished. I don't know if you guys could see that. It's all flattened out. Yeah, so just line this thing up. Okay, looks pretty good. It's all right. 17 bucks for two little gaskets. It is what it is. You gotta pay to play, right? Alright, so we got our little stand and bucket set up here. Prime the bowl till it's hard. I don't see any fuel spilling out like it was last time, so that's a good sign. Give this thing a couple primes here. Get some fuel up in there. Pull the choke lever. Make sure this thing's in neutral. Switch to run. Fingers crossed, let's see what happens. Alright, pull number one. Make sure she's not in gear. Okay. Boom. Second pull. Yeah, it's not warmed up. Yeah, but it's idling. It's idling low. It's good. Yeah, I got the choke on full blast. It's cold. And it's raining. It's nasty out, you know. Give this thing a minute to warm up. Sounds pretty good. Now she's idling on her own, no choke. Cool, man. I think we got a good deal on this thing. Not bad. Seems like it's running pretty well. Warming up. All right, cool. We'll let her run for a little while. This thing runs damn good. Cool, man. Got a score. One pole, nice, clean idle. Alright, so I guess I'll pull the fuel line out. Let this thing run out of fuel. That's it. No more fuel. Just a little cap back on here. See how long this thing runs without fuel going to it. Yeah, like I said, I got this thing for a little John boat. You know, taking the back bays for early spring striper fishing, whatnot, so I think this thing will be pretty good. Like I said, it's running very well now. Like I said before, it wasn't running, it wasn't idling at all. It's a dirty carburetor, but I think I got a pretty good deal on this thing. All right, well, I guess that's gonna bring us to the end of the video. If you guys found it useful, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, later.